exactly did the English language come from? And how has it developed into such a powerful force? The English language is part of the Indo-European language family, which is also the ancient source of such seemingly diverse languages as Russian, German, Sanskrit, Persian, Gaelic, and Italian. Little is known about the Indo-Europeans, although many of our most familiar words, such as father, new, and me, have their origin in the Indo-European language group. The peoples who were most responsible for the development of the English language were Indo-Europeans who had migrated to Scandinavian countries that we know today as Denmark and the Netherlands. These were tribes known as the Jutes, the Frisians, the Angles, and the Saxons, who ultimately crossed the North Sea in wooden ships and invaded the people of the British Isles. Although they came from many tribes, these peoples were collectively called AngloSaxons and settled the land known as Anglo-land. These Anglo-Saxon invasions, which began during the 5th century and continued for hundreds of years, established the language of the Anglo-Saxon people as the language of England. The Celts, who had originally settled in England and spoke a different language from the Anglo-Saxons, were driven north into Scotland and west into Wales. Only a dozen or so Celtic words, mostly place names such as the Thames River and Dover, still survive in the English language. The language of the Anglo-Saxons, what we now call Old English, had an enormous influence on our modern language.
Many of the basic tools of our language, words like the, this, that, I, me, him, it, those are Anglo-Saxon words, which means that although we've lost a lot of vocabulary, in any passage of English, the density of words of Anglo-Saxon origin is likely to be quite high. And it's possible to construct sentences without particularly trying hard to do so, in which every word is of Anglo-Saxon origin.
Listen to the following passage from an early fable in which every word has Anglo-Saxon roots.
Deep in the heart of the old Saxon kingdom of Mercia lies the small hamlet of Butnoe. Deer and other game thrive in this wooded land.
Today, Old English is taught as if it were a foreign language, but if you listen to these students of Old English, you should still recognize many familiar words.
He was Swedish-spedig man.
He was Swedish-spedig man.
He was med den första mannen on dem lande.
He was med den första mannen on dem lande.
On dem lande whereon finnas.
On dem lande whereon finnas.
There finnas whereon fisheras and fugleras.
There finnas whereon fisheras and fugleras.
Old English was enriched by two major forces in medieval England. One was the spread of Christianity. Christian monks and missionaries brought the religious languages of Greek and Latin to England, and with them such words as angel, lion, cedar, and shrine. The ability of English to adopt foreign words like these has always been part of its strength. Further proof of the adaptability of English came after the Viking invasions, which began in the year 750. The Vikings introduced over 900 words to English, such as sky, leg, skin, want, and wrong. These words proved the flexibility of the language, an attribute that would ultimately help English become a world language.